And now we're going to have to quote all of Princess Bride.
I know.
I'm sure you've been hearing that all day.
I know. I love it. But the sad thing is we have a lot of younger staff, and they have no idea who Inigo Montoya is.
I come to tell you. Oh,
it's okay. Oh,
Inigo's a little nervous.
it's okay, little baby.
That's okay. Mr. Montoya, it's okay.
yes. So tell us a little bit about him.
So he is a male. He's been neutered, and he is so sweet. Helen took him around to everybody like she usually does, and he was calm, and he is just the sweetest little bunny.
Okay. Well, Penny, you know, a lot of times when you come in, you tell us that we have to pet-proof our house before we actually bring the puppy, the kitty, or whoever it is home.
Right.
But now when you have a bunny, what type of rules do we need to start setting now?
Well, you do need to have some type of bunny hutch that they're in most of the time, but rabbits are very social. So you're going to want to bring them out and have them be part of the family. So usually when you do that, you know, you kind of square off a room that there aren't any cords, any things that bunnies could chew on. A lot of people get those X pens that you can kind of set up, or baby gates. That way they're in, you know, one central area. And they like to be part of the family. But they need lots of Timothy hay. They need their bunny pellets. They also need fresh veggies. So bunnies are great pets, but if it's going to be your first pet, you might want to choose a pet that may be, you know, a little simpler maybe to take care of, because bunnies do require a lot of care.
Yeah. And that's good to know, because you don't normally think about that. I would have thought that at least like a puppy would have been a lot more to take care of.
I mean, puppies, you know, you do have to potty train them.
You got to put the house too. That's a lot.
Yes. Kittens are probably, I would say, the easiest. Because they already know how to use the litter box. You feed them, you know, change their litter box, play with them.
But the bunnies are a little bit more social.
Yes.
And that, I think, is kind of surprising too. And you mentioned veggies. I think when a lot of people think of bunnies and rabbits, you think of carrots, but what kind of other veggies do they like to nibble on?
Oh, different greens, and some fruits that they like. And they also need to have some chew toys that are made especially for bunnies, because they need to grind their teeth down. Because if they don't do that, their teeth will grow really long.
Oh,
yeah. So
that's
they always
interesting.
need to, you know, to
nibble or on something. Okay, they're chewers, and I'm noticing that she's like,
I know.
Well, Penny, this is awesome, and I love that you just mentioned these things, because both Nicole and I, as long as you've been here, we didn't know that, you know, bunnies are the hardest to take care of. But I love that once people come into the Capital Area Humane Society, you sit down with them and you let them know, listen, there's a lot of things at home that are going to have to change if you decide to bring this puppy, this kitty, this bunny home. So talk a little bit more about what that sit down is like before you actually take it home.
So we always want to make sure that the adopter and the pet are a really good match. But what our adoption counselors are going to do, they're going to go over any type of history we have of our pets, any question that the adopter has. We really try to have it be, you know, an open forum when we do adoptions, not just, you know, questions that make our adopter feel like, you know, we might be judging them, because we don't do that. But we just go over everything. We'll go over how you take care of a rabbit, you know, how you take care of our pets, any type of medical history, anything like that. So that way our adopters are really prepared when they walk out the door.
Right.
And then if they were to come in for, you know, to go over this, and if they want to adopt him or any others, like, what should they bring? Should they bring in like kind of like a layout of their home, or like, you know, a certain amount of like a certain paperwork, or are they pretty clear?
You know, if you have other pets, you could bring in their paperwork just so we can see that they're up to date on vaccinations, but that's not required.
Oh, okay.
Bring your driver's license. Bring anyone in the family, because it's really good for the entire family to meet the pets. If you're going to adopt a dog, you could bring in a leash, that type of thing.
Okay.
Well, Penny, thank you so much. And of course, Inigo Montoya, Mr. Montoya, you'll be around until 7 p.m. tonight, unless somebody here at the station takes him home first.
That's right. And technically, we had Mr. Mandy Patinkin on our show before once we Zoomed. And so basically, this is like, is this Mandy Patinkin?
It could be.
It could be. You never know. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Love it. All right. Well, from pets to plays, up next, we're going to go behind the curtain of Dial M for Murder at the Williamson Theater. This classic suspense thriller will be on stage in a new adaptation and modern twist to the 1950s film. We're going to share details, of course, how you can get your tickets all month long. Stay with us.
Enjoying Studio 10? Give us your feedback by emailing us studio10@wilx.com.
This President's Day, you can wait for a sale price. Or you can get the best price every day at Bob's.
And more of what you love.
More storage and more power.
More comfort and more choices.
Even more years on that precious mattress warranty.
All for hundreds less than the competition.
I cannot tell a lie. Bob's is the obvious choice.
When you find the better choice, there's only one thing to say.
Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
To everyone who values tradition, what does tradition mean to you?
Our family's been doing fish fry here for years.
At Culver's, we make our fish fry the way tradition deserves.
Hand battered, right here in the restaurant.
Right here.
Right here.
The food here never disappoints.
And the best part, we get to sit and enjoy the company. Hey.
Helping you spend time with your family, it's what we're all about.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
This is where we live, where a major breakthrough meets the morning coffee, where a game-changing idea hits the game-winning shot, where round-the-clock research assures more time away, where we drive, explore, and discover, where devoted fans roar and good times roll, where our heart, soul, and science come to life. This is what we live for, because this is where we live. We are Henry.
All right, welcome back into Studio 10. We're taking things for a little bit of a twist. We're talking suspense, thriller, and murder, dun dun dun, because those three things are hitting the stage at Williamson Theater this month as they put on Dial M for Murder. So joining me right now are Emily and Jamie. How's it going?
Good.
Thanks for having us on. We're great to have you in, because even though we are talking about a thriller, suspense, you guys are bright and bubbly with your pink on. Perfect for Valentine's Day. But it's great to bring in a show like this, because this is a classic, you know, Hitchcock tale. You're bringing it to life, but this adaptation is kind of giving audiences a new experience. Kind of walk us through what we can expect with the twists and the turns.
Oh, well, this is a newer adaptation by Jeffrey Hatcher, and it does take the classic tale that you might know from the movie, but it puts a slightly modern twist on it, even though it's still set in the 50s in England. And I think what's really interesting about it is that, and I don't want to give it away.
Right.
I don't want to say what the twist is, but it raises the stakes a lot.
Okay.
And so it's a multi-layered murder thriller mystery.
Ooh, I like that. And we're seeing some of the pictures right now, which just makes you want to be, you know, in the show itself, and you kind of are, the way that things are kind of set up. So talk a little bit about what's it like to see this live and in person, because as we mentioned, the story has been told and it's got famous because of the film.
Right. You've seen the film, you know the story, but our seating is on 3 sides of the stage. It's 112 seats. You're never more than 4 rows away from the thriller that's going on in front of you, and the duplicitousness and the conniving and the planning and all of that kind of stuff. And it was really interesting when I was watching the tech rehearsal. I had a realization that audiences are going to be very vocal, because there's some very scary moments, very startling, surprising moments, and I thought, oh, we're going to get screams from the audiences, and we do get gasps, and we get, you know, like people reacting to what they're seeing because they have an opinion about it.
Right, and Jamie, you get to be kind of the actor, of course, that gets to be so close to the audience. You hear this, the gasp and all of that. And you play Margot, who is kind of in the middle of the murder, in the middle of kind of a little bit of everything that's going on, to put it sweetly. So how did you prepare for a role like this?
Oh, it's such a great role, because I feel like as an actor, our job is to listen and respond, and Margot really doesn't know a lot of what's going on. And so I just, poor Margot, right? And it's so exciting to get to be in a place where, you know, there's things that you do about looking at the time period, the accent, which she is so helpful with, but then getting to be there and experience the story as it's being told, the way the character would experience it, is really exciting because I just get to listen to these incredible actors who are telling me what's happening and discovering it along with the audience, which the other characters don't necessarily get to do in the same way. They're more in the know, whereas my character, I get to discover it with the audience, and sometimes the audience tries to go, look over there, it's right there, and I don't know.
Right, exactly. It's like the fourth wall. Like maybe we need to open it so you can help, of course, the characters in the show. But this is your first time being in Williamston Theater, and I know you have a lot of ties with your husband with it. But what's it like to be in such a well-known professional regional theater?
Well, first of all, it's such a gem of a theater. I mean, it's such a special place. It's run by incredible people. It is such a joy. Everybody from top to bottom is just welcoming, is such a professional. I'm learning constantly. It's been so much fun, and I get to work with my husband, which is great.
Do you guys often get to do that?
We haven't done that since we met way back in grad school.
Oh my goodness! So it's like a little homecoming moment.
Right?
And what brings homecoming better than murder? No, but this is really a great show. Right, Valentine's Day, love and murder. But this is the first show of 2026, of course. What other shows can we expect from Williamston Theater?
Ooh, we have this wonderful show. It's a National New Play Network Rolling World premiere. It's called Bad Books by Sharon Rothstein. It's issues that we're hearing about today with libraries and books and censorship all coming to life.
Okay.
It's very nuanced and a really well-written play. Very excited about that. And then in the summer, we're doing The 39 Steps, which is another Hitchcock movie.
And my husband is also in.
Yes, he is. And I'm in that one, so I get to work with him.
Oh my goodness.
And that's just a mad dash. Also a murder mystery, but really fun and farcical and fast, and 4 people playing 50 different parts. So it's going to be very fun.
Always something going on at Williamston Theater. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in and bringing the brightness, even though we're talking about murder and thrillers. And of course, you can see the show now until March 8th. All the information is at the bottom of your screen. But thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you coming in.
Thanks
so much. Yes. Well, the fun continues here on Studio 10. And next, we're going to be joined by 3 gentlemen here to talk a little bit about Suited Up for Success, a community event that's happening right here in Greater Lansing. It's really an initiative to kind of equip young men with that confidence, the etiquette and leadership exposure that they need. We're going to have all those details and more after the break.
This President's Day, I'm at Bob's with our highly rated Beaumont bedroom.
And I'm at the Jensens, who bought this similar set from the competition.
Both bedrooms use modern manufacturing techniques for durability, but ours has more finishes, headboard lighting, and costs over $1,000 less. Plus, we've got Lincoln, and they've got Fillmore, who literally ran for the Know Nothing party.
That tracks.
When you find the better choice, there's only one thing to say.
Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
Thinking of updating my kitchen? Yeah? Yes. This year, we are finally updating our kitchen. Doing subway tile and an ivory or eggshell. Cream, maybe bone. Don't get me started on quartz. Big island. You ever heard of a waterfall cabinet?
For everyone who talks about doing that thing,
and over there,
but never does that thing,
sweet little breakfast nook.
Chase has financial guidance.
See how you can start saving to make this happen.
Really?
Really?
Really.
At home or in person.
You could also check out a Chase Money Skills workshop.
That's guidance from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
This President's Day, I'm at Bob's with our highly rated Beaumont bedroom.
And I'm at the Jensens, who bought this similar set from the competition.
Both bedrooms use modern manufacturing techniques for durability, but ours has more finishes, headboard lighting, and costs over $1,000 less. Plus, we've got Lincoln, and they've got Fillmore, who literally ran for the Know Nothing party.
That tracks.
When you find the better choice, there's only one thing to say.
Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
All right, let's check in with Justin, who is out on the weather patio. It's been the warmest day in how long?
27 days, if you can believe it or not. Been a while since we've had numbers back at 40 degrees,
But that's just what we have out here across mid-Michigan as we head into the rest of this afternoon on a Tuesday. You have to go all the way back to the 14th of January, when last time we were at 42. Some folks have even eclipsed that mark outside today. So I wanted to peek at what's going on outside. Looking at our sky cams, which you can see a live view of here, still showing some sunshine trying to peek through, although the clouds are beginning to thicken up after the early sun today really helped warm us up, and that's why highs are back in the 40s everywhere across mid-Michigan. Not one of us failed to make it to 40. The cold spot Owasso at 40 degrees, but we've had some mid-40s. Adrian, Charlotte at 45, and so doing pretty well in that department here. You can see that we're still kind of tiptoeing the line between the warm and cold air. It's only in the 20s in the UP, but they've got 50s in Indianapolis and 60s not far south of there. We're going to have an overall milder pattern shaping up after the next 2 days, which are going to be a brief step backwards. We'll take a peek at the winds, which right now are between about 10 and 15 miles an hour. They're coming out of the west-northwest, so that'll help drive a little bit of a cooler pattern in here, and we'll see that take place overnight. The numbers somewhat quick to drop this evening, but they steady out in the mid-20s by tomorrow morning, and then not able to warm up much more than that as the clouds stay kind of steady. You can see most of the precipitation shield, though, well off to our east, and that's where I think it'll stay the next couple of days here. So your first alert, hour-by-hour forecast is going to keep things relatively quiet heading into tonight and even out towards tomorrow, when, again, highs are going to be stuck probably upper 20s to near 30 on our Wednesday, but it is only a brief step back because, as you see here in the high temperature trend, those numbers are bouncing back. We could be back near 40 by Friday. And how about all the days that follow? Even into next week parts, we could be back in the middle to maybe even upper 40s as we approach President's Day and beyond. Now that trend too won't last forever. We'll be back in the 30s by the end of next week and maybe a little cooler the following weekend. But First Alert meteorologist Andy Provenzano will share all those details coming up in our 90 minutes of news, starting first at 5.
The News 10 Weather Patio is brought to you by Sharon's Heating and Cooling.
All right, Justin, thank you for that weather update. And today, we are getting suited and booted this afternoon. Now, we've heard the saying to dress for success, but that does not only apply to the ladies. The men and young gentlemen with us here today are learning from the best in the game. So that's why we had to bring in Andre, James, Levi. They're all here today to explain how they're doing that through their upcoming event, Suited for Success. How are you, gentlemen?
Good. Amazing.
Good. Well, thank you so much for joining us here today. Andre, we know you are the guy to go to when it comes time to dressing people from head to toe. But it's not just about what we put on, it's about how we present ourselves.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit more about this event that is next Saturday. And luckily, we can still sign up. Tell us, what are we in store for?
Absolutely. James, you want to go ahead and share with us?
Absolutely. You're in store for an amazing event. The focus is on intentionality, right? So what they can expect, they'll get an opportunity to learn how to tie a bow tie.
Okay.
They'll learn how to tie a necktie, fold pocket squares.
Yes.
Set the table, and just gentlemanly conduct.
That's right.
You know?
Right. And I love the tagline for this event too. Dress like you are going somewhere. What exactly does that mean?
Well, we believe that preparation puts you in position for elevation.
Okay.
So if you stay ready, you don't necessarily have to get ready.
I love that.
So we are looking to prepare these young men so that they can be comfortable in certain circles without feeling self-conscious.
All right. Preparation prepares you for elevation. And when we do apply that, Andre, to our life, what does that do to someone's confidence and their self-esteem?
Well, I mean, I know for me, it definitely provides me an extra bit of confidence, not having to be mindful of my appearance or being dressed for not the right season or for the right office that we're in. So again, confidence is everything, and we know one thing that our young men need today is confidence to be able to navigate in certain arenas.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I'm standing next to one confident young man too. We've got Levi here today. Now, Levi, you've been a part of this program.
Yes.
Tell me about younger Levi when you first started versus the Levi we're looking at now.
Levi before was a man that usually wanted to dress up and do different things, but didn't have like that little finishing touch on his like dressing. But after I came to this event multiple times and seen the experience, I was able to learn how to tie a tie and see that there was so many different type of varieties of ties and different colors that you can do for any type of event or outfit that you want to do to give it a little pizzazz or something like calm. Or,
I was gonna say, Levi, you sound pretty prepared to be elevated if you ask me. Yes, Levi is ready. So with that being said, gentlemen, since you taught him so well, can you show us all, especially those of us at home, how to tie a bow tie or a tie? Kind of show us a little bit about what they're gonna get at this event.
Absolutely. I don't know. I guess I'll take the endeavors unless you want to do it as well.
All right, go ahead.
Levi, you already got a.
He's got a pretty good tie on right now, actually.
He has that Spartan green on right there, so we're going to actually go there. And we want to make sure. So I come back a little bit closer over on this side right here.
Yeah, why don't you come this way and come a little closer and show us exactly how it's done.
Levi, that'd be perfect right there. And what we want to do is always, we want to make sure that there's a nice balance of the necktie.
Okay.
Typically, the necktie is supposed to stop right where the belt buckle is.
Okay.
It shouldn't hang any longer. It shouldn't hang any higher.
Okay.
So it should be a nice balance with that.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure, first and foremost, that it's the right size and the right length. With a necktie, you got a number of different knots you can do.
Now, hold on. I want you to just angle a little bit more so we can really see how this is being done.
Well,
go right ahead.
There's a number of different knots we can do, but I'm going to keep it very simplistic for the camera. So the first over, what we're going to do is we're just going to cross this tie across right there. Then what we're going to do is we're just going to wrap it around just one good time so that we can start forming our knot. Now, I'm going to show you how this then goes. We then take the necktie and we bring it through the back of the tie, pulling it all the way through the up front. And from there, that little knot that we started working on, I'm sorry, Levi.
Okay.
We provide that, take that right through that knot right there. And then from there, we'll begin to grab and tighten the tie up. And we want to start adjusting it. So once again, it's the right length and it's the right height and everything.
All right.
Then there's a little tab in the back of the tie. This is generally where you tuck that extra piece of fabric in right back there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and this keeps it there. A lot of guys like to complement it with a tie bar or maybe a tie tack. It's totally up to your preference. But generally right there is what you're looking at. We got a nice size, nice length on there. It looks like a nice balance, and Levi looks amazing.
Yes, he does.
Other than he already has a tie on up under there already.
Okay, well, what did you say? Preparation prepares you for elevation.
That's right.
Levi, I know the sky is only the limit for you because look at how great he looks. So everybody, take a look at your screen. Here is the flyer. Don't forget, the event is next Saturday. But of course, you guys have truly formed a brotherhood around this event for men of all different ages. If people want to come and be a mentor or a mentee, how can they join you?
Yes, they can join us simply by scanning the QR code, which will give them the opportunity to type in Community VIP, in which they'll get an opportunity to help improve our community by sharing what they've learned.
All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here today. We'll see you at the event, but everybody stick around because this weekend is also a day to celebrate love on Facebook. We asked you how you'll be spending your Valentine's Day, and coming up after the break, we'll read all those responses from you on our feed. And if you missed a segment or you want to rewatch anything it is that you like today, or maybe you got to go back and review how to tie that tie, I know I do, okay? Be sure to follow and subscribe to us on all of our social media. Just type in WILX Studio 10. You'll see us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You'll find our segments, our giveaways, plus a lot more. We'll be right back.
Enjoying Studio 10? Give us your feedback by emailing us, studio10@wilx.com.
This President's Day, we're at Bob's with our 5-star rated modular Bob's sectional.
And I'm at the Jensen's, who bought this similar set from the competition. Both sectionals have buttery soft upholstery and come in multiple colors.
But only ours has Bobopedic memory foam, storage, wireless charging, and costs hundreds less. Plus, we've got Washington on our side.
And they've got Van Buren, whose greatest feat was coining the term okay. When you find the better choice, there's only one thing to say.
Oh, my Bob!
Instant games from the Michigan Lottery. Fun to play, anytime, any place, at any pace. With dozens of games to choose from and millions of dollars in prizes. It's instant fun for everyone. And now you can multiply your fun with our newest games with $171 million in total prizes.
Welcome to Bob's? What are you? President Coolidge and I picked up this brand name mattress from the competition. Not sure I got the best President's Day deal.
At Bob's, you get our lowest price every day. Take our best-selling Lush mattress. It has high-density memory foam and a cooling cover, just like the competition, but only costs $9.99.
I paid way more than that.
Alvin, you've got to try this.
Calvin,
Calvin Coolidge.
When you find the better choice, there's only one thing to say.
Oh, my mom!
All right, we're wrapping up things here on Studio 10, and I feel like now we really are
suited and booted, girlfriend. Look at us.
Dressed for success right there. Very kind enough to give us some pink bow ties. I love it. We have the setup still here.
And Nicole, Valentine's Day this weekend. Come on. My work wife.
It's perfect. We are work wives. That's
okay,
right.
So there we go. We got a little date.
Exactly. Well, and of course, we mentioned Valentine's Day is this Saturday. Another reminder, if you haven't got any gifts yet, here we go.
Here's a place to go.
Exactly. But on Facebook, we did ask you to tell us how you are celebrating. Here's some of your responses.
And Roanne is taking her hubby out for dinner.
Ooh.
Roger is going to dinner with his wife. I want to know where. Where are the best spots to go? Bridget says she is visiting her kids. Cheryl says she and her husband are going to the Lansing Symphony.
Ooh.
And Cody is buying himself some lottery tickets. We love a little self-love there, too.
There we go.
Yes,
you got to see if we can get some luck going on there, too. Well, for tomorrow's question, speaking of self-love, how do you practice self-love, self-care? You can answer this right now on Facebook. We love hearing from you.
And we'll read those responses tomorrow. Plus, we're also bringing up self-love because tomorrow is Wellness Wednesday. So our girl, Nikki Thompson-Frazier, owner of Sweet Encounter, is giving us a few tips on ways we could truly practice that self-love, okay? It's truly all in the air, all around us, but it's got to start with you. And the Historical Society of Greater Lansing is launching a special exhibit that showcases how flight, daredevils, and messages became intertwined. So look at that.
Yeah, they got some old-time Valentines that are going to come in. And plus, of course, we're going to be giving you a sneak peek at the brand new Change Makers Center that's happening over at LCC, where it really honors the legacies and inspires future. So you definitely want to tune in for all of that because they have some very immersive storytelling that's going on over there.
I can't wait to see it. It's going to be great. But until then, what did Andre say? Preparation prepares you for elevation, okay? So listen, I think sometimes 2 ties would be nice.
There you go. I'm going to try this one. All right. Thank you, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. I love this. I love it, love it, love it. I like both of these.